What is good, people? How are we all doing? Today we're going to be talking about the different planes of existence, the occult side of the world, the things they don't teach you in school. And of course, you can only find that on this channel, so welcome. So you need to understand is that your consciousness moves through these different planes of existence, these different states of consciousness, which make up all of you. Okay? They are all interlocked planes. They are all interpenetrated into each other. They are all one. They melt into the plane above and below. You see, each plane is a product of each plane. As above, so below. Now, the higher you go, the more fluid, the more dreamy, the less dense it becomes. The lower you go, the more denser it becomes, the more solid it becomes. The lowest plane is the physical plane, which you are obviously aware of. You are inside of the physical plane now. But while you are in this inside of this physical plane, you are indeed inside of all these other bodies which you have not awakened yet. You have to awaken these different bodies. You have these bodies. Okay? It's like a ripple effect. And the center is the most dense, the most solid. This is earth, heart, the heart of the ripple. And the lower you, the further you go out from the center, the more dreamy, the less fluid, the more fluid, the more less dense it gets until you're one with the all. You see? And this is what it's like. This is what this system is. It's like a ripple effect. Now, let's jump straight into the planes. First, you have the physical plane, made out of 4 elements. 5 elements. The ether is the mother of the elements. It's the womb of the elements. It's the 5th element. And it gives birth to the 4 other elements. 4 is stability. Tables have 4 legs, and this is why the ether gives birth to 4, because it's the foundation of the physical world. Fire, earth, water, air. They are not pure. Each one of the elements melts into the other one. For example, earth and water both share cold. Water and air both share wet. You see? They compose of each other. They melt, they mold into each other based off the vibrational state of the ether. That's what it is. The 4 elements are the vibrational states of the ether. Okay? So you have the 4 physical elements making this, physical world. It's the lowest world. It's the world of effect. This world, whatever you see, whatever you experience, it's the effect. You can't change anything by manipulating this world. You got to manipulate the higher worlds to affect this world, you see? As above, so below. This is the lowest plane. It has 3-dimensional. It's the 3rd dimension. Space, height, and thickness. That's all it is. Front, backwards, upwards. You see, it's 3-dimensional. We cannot perceive the hidden side, which is the interior of this existence. We cannot perceive the interior from our exterior view. We are looking into this world. Okay? This is the exterior view. We can't see what's inside of that. That's the 4th dimension, which is the next one. It's the most gross and dense plane. 4 states of matter, the most slowest vibrational molecules exist in this plane. Above this plane, you have the ether. Okay? The word ether and either are the same thing, because either connects 2 scenarios in languages. I either support Manchester United or Liverpool. Either is connecting them 2 scenarios. The ether is doing the exact same, as you can see here on the planes of existence. It connects the astral world, which is very important, to the physical world. It's connecting these 2 worlds. So it's the ether. It's the ether. The ether is pure potential. Energy flows through the ether. It is pure energy, pure potential. Okay? The physical body is an exact copy of the etheric counterpart body. So every physical object has an etheric energy double. It's like a blueprint of that object. Every single object has an energy double, and that's the etheric double. Okay? The etheric body determines the shape of our physical body through its lines of force. All through life, it rebuilds and restores the physical body. Physical problems show up first in the etheric body, because as above, so below. You manipulate the higher planes, it will manipulate this plane. And this is why sorcery works. contact with astral plane entities. We'll get into that a bit later. So the reason why we can't see this plane, this energy world, which is all around us, which we are inside of right now as we speak, is that the molecules that compose it are further apart than those of the physical plane, making it invisible to the two eyes. That we can't perceive it. Our eyes cannot physically suck in that sort of information, and our brain cannot decode it. This is why, they brainwash us with all these programs to keep us asleep, to keep these other bodies we have asleep, so we don't find out about these other bodies, and is to make you believe that everything's just a material. Only the material world exists. They don't want you to know is that everything that you see is a result of something you cannot see. As above, so below. There are realities within this reality. This is what I'm breaking down now, these different planes, on how this reality works. So your etheric double is your energy body. You can see here the physical, etheric, astral. Astral is your spirit. The ether is a part of the physical plane. It's like just above the physical plane, but it's still part. But then the astral plane is completely separate. It's another plane, but they're all interlocked. Don't think they're apart. They're all interlocked. They're all one. They all melt into each other. The chakras that we have are inside of our etheric body. They are our sense of organs which tune us to the fourth dimension. These 7 chakras connect us to the astral world, the fourth dimension. Okay? They are points for the flow of energy from the universe / 7 planets, because the 7 chakras are your 7 planets, and the 7 planets are connected to the astral world. They are feeding these 7 senses in our body. They connect us to the universe, to our etheric counterpart, and then to us, supplying the physical body. Because the energy comes from above. As above, so below. These 7 senses, these 7 etheric chakras, are being supplied with energy from the universe, the 7 planets, the solar system. Then it supplies the physical body. You see? So the ether is very important. And this is, that the ancients understood the science of the ether, and they could, harness free electricity from it, because it's all around us. The ether is all around us. And this is what they were doing. They were harnessing free energy using the ether. The astral plane, the fourth dimension, very important plane. Very, very important. We've all been there. Every single one of you has been there. Okay? The fourth dimension is unseen of what we see. It's the interior of the exterior that we see. We see the third dimension, but we cannot see beyond what's making this third dimension. This is the fourth dimension. Okay? It's the dream world. This is where you go when you dream. Okay? This is where you go when you dream. It's the place of disembodied spirits or ghosts, entities, whatever you want to call them. When you hear ringing in your ears, that is not tinnitus. That is an entity around you. Okay? That is an entity around you. The fourth dimension is where thought forms exist. Mental images. Thought forms as in what you see in your mind when you think of an image, because the mind is the highest plane of existence. Mind is the highest plane of existence. And it manipulates all of the planes below. So it goes the mental plane, then the astral plane. So the thought is in the mind, the mental plane. That just the thought alone, no image, but then the form depiction, the thought form exists. It manifests in the astral plane as a sort of image, an entity, a living conscious being. So this is why thoughts are things. You see, thought forms exist within the fourth dimension. So when you imagine something, when you are, for example, right now, look into your hand and imagine there's an apple in your hand. If you can see that, you are seeing into this fourth dimension. You can only see into this fourth dimension using the mind's eye, not the two eyes, the mind's eye. When you shut off the two eyes into darkness, the third eye opens. The mind's eye is open. And you can see, this is astral travel. You got to work on astral travel. And you will see this astral plane, this fourth dimension. And there are 3 different sections to this astral plane. Higher, middle, or lower. So yes, there is a kind of a heaven and hell, and a mid-god. Heaven being the higher vibrational entities manifesting higher vibrational thought forms existing there, the lower vibrational thought forms existing in the astral plane. But these thought forms are beings. You can create these beings. They're called elementals. Okay? If you entertain specific thoughts for long enough, this will plant a seed and it will grow. If you keep, so for example, you have a bad feeling or whatever, what's a good example? Unforgiving someone, you keep that energy inside of you for long enough, it will manifest on the foot in the fourth dimension. You entertain that thought long enough, it will manifest, and it will create an etheric body, and it will be an entity which will harm you, that will feed off you this low vibrational energy. Your mind is so powerful; it creates thought forms, and these thought forms can take consciousness, can take bodies, etheric bodies. Now, that's why it's very important that you master your mind, master your thought patterns. So this fourth dimension is the astral world. So when you have a nightmare, this is the lower astral plane. You're in the lower astral plane. Whilst this physical body rests at night, your consciousness, you awaken this other body, your consciousness goes inside of this other body, whilst the physical body lays asleep. You see? So it's all inside of you. This is what you need to understand. You just haven't awakened these bodies yet. You can awaken them. You just got to awaken them. Okay? The next is the mental plane. This is the mind, the source, pure cause, pure motion, the most less dense, the most fluid. No form. There's no form to the mind. Astral plane is the first plane where a form takes existence, pretty much. The mental world has no form. It's pure mind, pure intelligence. Thoughts alone exist here without any images or manifestation. The most fluid, the most dreamy, the most causal plane. All of the rest take the effects of this plane. That's why it's mind over matter. Your thoughts they create vibrations. Each vibration is vibrating on a specific frequency, which creates mental images, creates effects down here on this physical plane. This is why it's so important to master your mind, master what you think, master your mind. It's the hardest thing to master. You could conquer the world, but it's probably harder to conquer your own mind than to conquer the whole world. I can promise you that, because the mind can play tricks on you. You got to listen to that inner guide within you that will constantly manifest the good things. So anyways, people, hope you learned a lot from this. Please work on trying to activate these other bodies. I will maybe do another video on trying to activate these bodies if you wish. Please comment down below if you would like to see that. And have an amazing day. Please like, subscribe, comment down below any video ideas you want me to do, any information you want me to spit. Thank you all. Have an amazing day.
Welcome to Revival of Wisdom.
Welcome people, we're back with another video, and this video is about Freemasonry and their connection to the Illuminati. Please, as always, to make sure to hit that like and the subscribe button and turn on the notifications to never miss a video. On May the 1st, 1776, the founder of the Illuminati, Adam Weishaupt, founded this secret organization, and this date can be found in Roman numerals underneath the all-seeing eye pyramid on the $1 bill. This $1 bill also says Anut Coptus Novus Ordo Secularum. This is Latin for announcing the birth of the New World Order. This New World Order will be headed by Lucifer, the all-seeing eye, and followed by the 13 layers of bricks for the 13 elite bloodlines. So your Orsini's, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Soroses, and the other 9 elite families. So when Adam Weishaupt created the Illuminati, he made it consisting of high-level degree Masons, French and Latin philosophers, and many more powerful people to all become one society. So this is why you see Masons using the same symbol of the all-seeing eye inside the pyramid. But not all Freemasons are part of this Illuminati secret society. As the 33rd degree Freemason Manly P. Hall said in his book The Secret Teachings of All Ages, Freemasonry is a fraternity within a fraternity, an outer organization concealing an inner brotherhood of the elect. So what he's saying here is that Freemasons have to go up the degrees of Freemasonry, and once they hit the top, they either get elected or not into these secret societies like the Illuminati, Skull and Bones, and Knights Templar. So when you see celebrities doing this one-eye symbolism, either covering one eye, doing the triangle, or doing 666 over one eye, this is showing and reflecting the symbolism of Freemasonry. They have taken the oath to never speak on anything they learn about Freemasonry. Duncan's Ritual of Freemasonry book states the oath they have to take. Quote, I ... of my own free will and accord, that I will hail, ever conceal, or never reveal any of the secrets, arts, points of Master Mason's degree to any person whomsoever. All this most solemnly, sincerely promise and swear. Now, this is what happens when they break the oath, stated in this book, quote, myself severed in two, my bowels taken from thence, and burnt to ashes. So this states that Freemasonry comes first, before any law of the land. It has the right to kill you if you break your oath. This is the hand gesture they have to do every time they enter the ritual room inside the Masonic lodge. This is the cutthroat symbol, showing you and reminding you of the oath and what will happen if you break it. Now in this book, Richardson's Monitor of Freemasonry, it states, if you break your oath, binding myself under no less penalty than to have my throat cut across, my tongue torn out by the roots, and my body buried in the rough sands of the sea. If they do not decide to kill you, this book states this by pointing him out to the world as an unworthy vagabond, by opposing his interest, by dearranging his business. In other words, they have the power to frame you and destroy your reputation to the world, and destroy your business if you break this oath. So yes, they do kill to keep this truth hidden, because this truth of this reality is what keeps them in power. They have the ability to manipulate people, because people do not know what manipulates them. This is why they call themselves the government. They govern the ment, which is the mentality, because the mind is the root cause of reality. They control what you perceive to control what you manifest. By knowing the truth, you are set free, and you no longer need no controller above you. So this is why they are willing to kill and do whatever it takes to keep the truth concealed within these high-level degrees of masonry and these secret societies. However, going back to Manly P. Hall's book, it states, part of the symbols are displayed here to the initiate, but he is intentionally misled by false interpretations. So this is saying even Freemasons are intentionally misled and told lies to conceal the truth, to make sure the truth is hidden in the high degrees of masonry. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you all for tapping in. Please leave a like and a subscribe. God bless.
What if I told you that you are under a spell and this spell is controlling you in every aspect of your life and you don't even realize it? Spells are not what you've been taught. They're not fantasy magic wands that are casted over you. No, no, no. Spells are much deeper. A spell is a belief system that is installed into your subconscious mind, which holds power over you. Okay? If I install a belief into your mind and that belief holds power over you and controls you, that is you under my spell. A spell is a belief that someone has installed into you. Okay? You have a subconscious mind. The subconscious holds power over 90% of your daily basis behavior, thought patterns, and overall emotional state. Because the subconscious is the back end of our mind, the mind that we don't really have access to. It's the shadow self where all of our programs, all of our memories, all of our traumas, all of our everything that we've ever experienced is recorded and kept in this vast database called the subconscious. Now, the subconscious is the 90% of our mind. We are only aware of 10% of our mind, which is the conscious mind, which is what you're using now, what you're consciously aware of. But there is a subconscious mind that holds power over your conscious decisions, and you don't even realize it. For example, as a child, you had a very traumatic event happen. Let's say as a child, you were not loved enough by your parents. And this feeling of you not being enough for your parents and feeling alone as a child implanted this seed. And this seed was planted by your emotions, a strong emotion. And over time, as you grew older into an adult, this seed grew and grew and grew. And what this seed grew into is you being very needy, you always seeking validation from others. Okay. But you taking this conscious decision 10 years down the line actually stems from this hidden cause within your subconscious mind, within this little feeling, this seed inside your subconscious where you don't feel like you are worthy. So this results in a conscious decision of you seeking validation from others, being very needy from others. Okay. This is what the subconscious is. The subconscious holds power over us. For example, posting on social media. Why are you actually posting on social media? If you take a selfie with your new watch, new car, and you go and post that onto your social media, why are you actually doing that? On the deepest root cause, it's not because you just want to post a picture. No, it's much deeper. It comes from a subconscious belief or a subconscious emotion of you seeking external validation, whether you believe that or not. But that's what it is. If you're posting on social media, you're seeking attention, you're seeking validation from others on a deep level, on a subconscious level. You may not even realize this because it's subconscious. Now, this is what a spell is. Money is a type of spell. Remember, money doesn't actually exist. Money does not exist. Money is a physical object inside of the material plane. But the physical object has a belief in the mental plane. See, the mind is the highest plane. This is the root cause of reality, the mental plane. Okay? So our belief in our mind has given this piece of paper value and a meaning. But in reality, it's just a piece of paper with a belief behind it. But this subconscious belief behind this piece of paper is controlling your daily basis behavior. is controlling your emotional state and controlling your life without you even realizing it. Without you even realizing that it's all an illusion. Money does not exist. It's the belief that gives the piece of paper a power. And the way we break the spell is by realizing that the money doesn't actually exist. The whole world is under the spell of money, and it's controlling all of us. But the spell is the belief. Once we all wake up and realize money has no value, it doesn't actually exist, it's only a belief. There is no actual money. That's how we break the spell. The spell is broken when we figure out that we are under the spell, under the belief, under the illusion of this piece of paper having value, and it's controlling our lives. That's why the word money has mon within it. Mon is moon, and the moon represents our hidden aspect of our mind, our subconscious, and the sun represents our conscious mind. So you have two versions of yourself. You have the self that you show to everyone, the conscious mind, and you have a shadow self called the subconscious, which is the hidden aspect of you. For example, do you really love your partner who you're with, or are you just with them for, is there a subconscious fear of being alone? Do you really want to be with this person, or is it stemming from, are you staying with them because it's stemming from this fear of being alone, of being lonely? Or are you just with them because you have a subconscious sexual addiction? And all of your conscious decisions are actually coming from this little seed of wanting sex or not being alone. You have two versions of yourself, the conscious mind and the subconscious, the shadow self and the self that you show to everyone else. Okay? And the subconscious is what's holding power over you. When you drive your car, you don't consciously have to think about changing gear. You've done it that many times. It's on autopilot. That's the subconscious doing it. You can be walking down the street. Your conscious mind can be thinking about what you're going to cook for tea later, but your subconscious mind is controlling your body and walking your body. You don't have to think about moving the body. You just do it because you've done it that many times. It's a program. It's a belief in the subconscious that's giving this movement power. You see, the subconscious holds a lot of power over you. Our beliefs hold power over our daily basis behaviors and actions. Okay, like I said, posting on social media, this is seeking external validation. There's a subconscious stem, there's a subconscious urge bringing this desire into conscious reality. So we must break the spell of our emotions controlling us, our traumas from a child controlling us. For example, another example of this, let's say you were in a car crash years ago, and this car crash led you to having a very traumatic event, very traumatic emotion you felt in that car crash. You felt a lot of pain. That was impressed into your subconscious. And even to this day, you're probably scared of going into trains, going onto cars, going inside of vehicles. And you might not even be aware that it's actually stemming from this event that happened 10 years ago. That's the spell. That's the spell that's holding power over you. And you don't even realize it. You realize the spell when you realize you're being controlled by this old belief, this old trauma. That's what a spell is. A spell is not something I cast over you with a wand like Harry Potter. Spell's much deeper. It's the hidden aspects of our mind that hold power over us, that control us. Okay? So how do we get rid of the spell? How do we break the spell? By installing new belief systems, by installing new programs into our subconscious. The subconscious is impressed by repetition and emotion. Everything you do on repeat, for example, tying your shoelaces, you can be looking up into the sky, closing your eyes, thinking about what you're going to create for tea while doing your shoelaces. You've done it that many times, you don't have to think about it. That's the subconscious taking over. Okay. That's the repetition aspect of the subconscious. For example, you could probably run down your stairs. You know exactly how to run down the stairs. If I tried to run down your stairs, every staircase is different. I'd probably fall over. But you've done it that many times, you know exactly how to do it. It's what we call ritual. When you have an evening ritual, when you tidy the house, you do your skincare routine, you wash your teeth, that's a ritual. This is what the ancients called ritual. When we do rituals, we're trying to implant something into our subconscious to either remove an old program, an old seed that is controlling us, for a new one that's going to grow into new light, into a new reality. So you can implant messages, implant new programs into our subconscious, which will then grow into a new reality. Okay? Because if I tell you something over and over and over again every single day, for example, if I say, you do what I say every single day I repeat this statement into your ears, about a month or 2 months in, you're going to start to believe in that statement and you're going to start to be under my spell. You're going to start to do everything that I say. So this is what spells are. Spells are subconscious beliefs that hold power over you, and you don't even realize it. So we need to remove these old programs we have that are controlling us for new programs. And we do that through ritual, affirmation, and imagination. Repetition and emotion is key to impressing the subconscious. They are the two ways that spells are created, that programs are created. The subconscious only knows the now, and it only knows you. So every word you say is a spell. So when you call someone else a name, you're calling yourself a name, because your subconscious takes everything you say as truth, because it only knows you. It doesn't know anyone else. So every night we can do affirmation. We affirm the reality we want. This is what we call a ritual. We sit down or we stand up, whatever it is, you affirm the reality you are, I am statements. And then you imagine that reality. And you do this over and over again, every day, twice a day, 3 times a day, however many times. And this will cause repetition. This will install a new belief system into your subconscious, which will then start to show in your external reality. It will start to put you under a spell of the new program. For example, if I install into my subconscious that I believe that I am rich, every single night I affirmate that I am rich, I am wealthy, I am free. And then I do a ritual. I start to imagine this reality. Every single night, I do these two things on repetition, and I start to feel the reality and imagine the reality. Over time, I'm going to start to believe that I am rich, that I am free, and I am wealthy without having the physical reality. And what this will do is that it'll implant a message deep within your subconscious mind. It will plant the seed of this belief. And this belief over time will grow into 90% of my thoughts, 90% of my actions, 90% of my words. My words, my thinking will change due to this new belief. I may not even realize it, but I'm looking for more opportunities to make money. I'm speaking to more people because of this belief that I've installed. This belief has triggered new ways of thinking. My mind, my conscious mind, is now only operating to fulfill this belief. And my conscious mind might not even be aware of it. You won't even realize that you're manifesting this belief of being rich. And that's how it happens. You implant the belief within your subconscious. You implant the spell into your subconscious, which will then gain control over you. So we need to make sure we're removing the negative spells, the negative programs that are controlling us, for new regenerated ones, for new ones that are going to create new realities, a better life. Okay? You don't want negative traumas, negative seeds controlling you and growing into your life. If you don't cut them off, they will continue to grow and grow and grow. Your anxiety will get bigger and bigger and bigger. Your depression will get bigger and bigger and bigger. But it's all actually stemming from one belief system or one trauma. Okay? So this is important. Everything in this physical plane is an effect of the higher planes. It's a shadow of the mind. Everything we think, all physical objects, began as a thought, then an imagination, then energy, then a physical reality. So we must change the mental plane. We must plant seeds into our mind to change down into our physical material life. It's about manipulating this higher plane so we can create change and effect in the physical external material plane. That's what magic is. This is what spellcasting is. This is all what it is. It's not fantasy. This is the manipulation of the higher planes of consciousness, which your mind has access to. You have access to these higher planes. Okay? This is exactly what I teach in my university. I teach different rituals. I teach specific rituals to get rid of certain things, certain belief systems. I teach all different rituals, all different ways for you to create your own reality and live the best reality you want. We also have all of these different courses. We have activating the inner eye. This will teach you exactly how to lucid dream and activate your inner vision of imagination. We have the sexual alchemy course. This will give you the power of transmuting your sexual energy into creativity. We have electromagnetism studies. We have esoteric exchange, an exclusive live call that we do every single week, and I connect with all of the students. They can ask me questions, can speak with me one-on-one inside of these live calls. We have the real numerology section. We have the health section. We have a lecture section. Look at all of these lectures we have on occultism, symbolism. All of these lectures are designed to gain you power, to give your personal power back to you, to make you realize things about you. We have a meditation section. We have a library section where you can download all of our library, all of our books, different books on occultism, symbolism, Freemasonry, astral projection. And of course, we have the Manifestation Mastery course, which teaches you exactly how to create reality so you can live that desired reality that you want. This is the last chance to lock in the price of $55 a month. This is less than $2 a day. You can really level up your life because the price is going to increase as the value of the university increases, because there's a new symbolism course coming out. And if you join now, you'll get this course for free, because obviously when this course releases, the price will go up. The symbolism course will teach you the language of esoteric and occult symbolism. I'll leave the links in the description. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. Thank you all, people. Have an amazing day. What's good, people? We're back with another video. This is going to just be a quick video. Manifestation, magic, bending reality. So let's jump straight into this. So you have a conscious and a subconscious part of your mind. The conscious is what you're conscious of, what you're actually doing, where you can choose or not. However, the subconscious is the part of your brain which is automatic. So all of the systems in your body, like the digestive system, your heartbeat, these are automatically being ran. And you do not have to tell these systems to do anything. You do not have to consciously tell your heart to beat. It's automatically doing it. And this is what the subconscious mind is controlling. It's like the dark aspect of your brain or your mind. It is the way bigger aspect of your mind. Okay, it controls all the systems in your body. Okay, and this is where all of your programs are. So when you're in it from your childhood, what you've learned in school, all of these things are being kept in your subconscious, maybe traumas and stuff like that. So the subconscious is the female aspect, and the conscious is the male aspect, because the male is all about action and doing, and the female is more about creation, creativity, intuition. So you have a right and a left hemisphere of your brain, and these are obviously male and female. The right side of your brain is your female. It's to do with creativity, imagination, intuition, insight. Okay. And this is one of the most important sides of the brain. This side of the brain is the most attacked by the elites, whatever you want to call them. This side is one of the most important because obviously your intuition is a massive part of reality. And if you don't have intuition, then you lose track of the things around you. You can't consciously feel if things are wrong or right. They don't want you to have intuition or creativity or imagination. They want you in they want you in the left side of your brain, which is just reasoning, logic, and basic things. So they just want you to tell you what you want, tell you what to learn, and then that's it. They don't want you thinking for yourself, which is the right side of the brain. So whatever the conscious side of your mind impresses the subconscious side of your mind. So if you do affirmations, for example, if you consciously do affirmations every day, you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. You're impressing a vibration and a word into your subconscious mind, and therefore it will reprogram it. So the male and female aspect are symbolized by the Star of David as well. The male being the upside triangle, the female being the downside, connected all in one, because we both have male and female energy. So every thoughts are electric, which is the male aspect. Emotions are magnetic, which is the female. Each thought creates a wave of vibration in all directions. So think of it like a water drop in a pool, but it going out in every single direction. It's not just flat. And these thoughts have a certain frequency, well, has a certain vibration. That vibration has a certain frequency. And this affects your aura. Every thought, every emotion directly impacts your aura and the strength of your aura. So if you're angry all the time, your aura in the astral plane will look red. However, if you're happy, it'll be more like blue and green. So it's very important. Your electromagnetic field is created out of your emotions and thoughts, and that affects reality because you're 60% water, and frequency and vibration create certain patterns and has a certain effect on water. We'll get into that after this slide. So each thought that people are thinking around you, you are actually subconsciously picking up these thoughts because it's emitting this vibration in all directions. So this is why you can pick up thoughts of other people on the odd occasion. However, when you're more in tune with your intuition, your right side of your brain, you can start to pick up on vibrations, thoughts, and other people's auras. You can pick up on the energy once your third eye is open, and you know whether you should be in that environment or not. This is what we call an atmosphere when we go into a room and you can feel the tension if someone's been arguing, for example. This is the atmosphere, this is the vibrations, these are people's auras emitting these certain frequencies and vibrations. Okay. So our aura is contained of multiple layers. Obviously, we have the physical body. This is the electromagnetic layer. However, you have the different planes of existence, the spirit, mental, astral, etheric, and then physical. The physical is the lowest the lowest plane of existence. And the physical plane is a product of all of the planes above. So the mental impresses on the astral impresses into the etheric, and then the etheric creates the physical object. So the mind is the root cause of reality. The mind is the cause of everything. Your consciousness is pure cause. There's no effect. Everything you see in this reality is the effect. Everything that you experience is the effect, because the root cause was the mind. The decisions you made you experience that certain experience. And that decision was created on the mental plane. And this is just pure thoughts. And thoughts are things. If it exists in your mind, it is a thing. It's a certain frequency. So if you have a certain level of thoughts, if you're thinking positive, for example, you're going to have a strong aura, you're going to have a higher vibration. And that attracts like. Like attracts like when it comes to thoughts and vibrations and electromagnetism. So if you're thinking positive all the time, speaking positive, doing positive, you're then creating a higher vibration, and that's going to attract people on that similar frequency to you. Everything is electromagnetism, frequency, and vibration. Everything. You see, so this is why, for example, if I put my hand to a TV screen, if my finger was the same vibration as the TV screen, it would go straight through it. However, the particles in my hand and the particles on the TV screen are two separate vibrations, and this is what causes the friction to stop and not my finger to go straight through it. So, like I said, when you don't feel the vibe of someone, when you don't feel right, you don't really get along with someone, this is a vibration. Your vibrations are not matching, they're not similar, they're two complete different vibrations, and they're not aligning properly. So music has a massive part on this. Music is a massive, massive tool for the elites because music is frequency. And in 1975, the musical instrument are all tuned to 440 hertz. So Spotify, Apple Music, most of the music on YouTube is all set to 440 hertz. And 440 hertz is not divisible by 3, 6, or 9. And when you can't divide a frequency by 3, 6, or 9, it's not a natural frequency. As you can see here, this is 432 hertz. This makes a nice geometric pattern. However, 440 hertz is a distorted pattern. So when you listen to this, this actually shuts off the whole right side of your brain. Like I said at the start, this is the most attacked side of your brain. It's to do with creativity, imagination, intuition. When you listen to 440 hertz, it shuts off the whole right side of your brain. And obviously shutting off all of these forms of your brain. Music is very, very powerful tool for the elites because it's the only thing which can enter your soul or your ears without consent, your body without consent. Everything else has to be through consent. You choose whether to eat something, you choose whether to drink something, but frequency, you're going to hear it no matter what. This is why it's so powerful. And music influences the body in many different ways. It's the most powerful imitator of everything. It directly affects all listeners. It directly affects intentions, gestures, movements, and actions. It stimulates your mind, and certain songs, certain catchy songs, can reprogram your subconscious mind, invoking certain emotions. This is why when you listen to slow beat songs, it makes you feel more sad. When you listen to upbeat songs, you feel more energetic. This is because these frequencies have a profound influence on reality and on how you feel. Because, like I said, you are 60% water. And as you can see here, each frequency creates a different geometric pattern. And inside of you is 60% water. So, like I said, 440 hertz is going to make a distorted pattern in your water. And this is going to have a profound effect on your emotions and your reality. So, like I said, health is not just the body. It's you are made of body, mind, and spirit. You need to look after what you put in your body. You need to look after your spirit and look after your mind. It's very important to keep all these in balance because once one of these are unbalanced, it affects the other two. So if you're eating wrong, it's going to affect your spirit and mind. If you're thinking wrong, it's going to affect your body and spirit. These are all interlocked. Uh, you have to look after them all. So it's very important you understand music. Stop listening to low vibrational music. To be honest, you want to listen to music without any sort of speaking inside of it. You just want pure uh, frequencies, which are the solfeggio scale, like one of these, for example, 432, 528 hertz. These are all good frequencies. It's called the solfeggio scale. And these frequencies make you more in tune with nature. 528 hertz is what the earth vibrates at. So it's very important. And the Rockefellers are the one who changed this to 440 hertz. The Rockefellers, one of the elite families. So if you want to manipulate reality, it's very important to have your chakras aligned and having a high vibration because the higher your vibration, the more powerful your words and your intentions are on reality. So the lower your vibration, the harder it is to affect reality because you're in a lower state of consciousness. Like I said, you have the mental, astral, etheric, and physical. Everything is a product of the one above. As above, so below. This is what Hermes Trismegistus was saying in the Egyptian days. This is where it comes from. As above, so below. If you affect above, it directly affects below. So, like I said, meditation helps on this, helps align your chakras. Think positive, feel positive. Like I said, your feelings are magnetic, your thoughts are electric. So once you combine these two together, you're then creating an electromagnetic frequency, and that will have profound effect on reality. So the law of cause and effect. Every law